Good evening, everyone. This is Lone Eagle 112358. Today's video is going to be on Mandela Effect and what it has done to the United States of America. Now, I'll just start over here in New York City. I didn't really study enough on the East Coast because I'm from the East. I always wanted to go to the West. I love the West. I studied everything in the West that I could that I want to go travel to. Like Burning Man, uh, Area 51, Las Vegas, the Grand Canyon, Colorado Rockies, Denver, Boulder, Bohemian Grove in California, Fresno, all those small towns. And I would spend hours just zooming. LA, I loved LA. I would zoom in on these places and spend hours on Google Earth. When Google Earth came out, I was amazed that I could go to these different places around the world just sitting at home, and that enticed me to travel even more. So I did. I ended up going to Denver, Boulder, traveling through the Rockies, going to the Grand Canyon. Wanted to get out west more. We don't have enough time, so we're gonna go back out there eventually. But all these places I'm talking about, I've spent a lot of time just zooming in on them. I'd be like, oh my god, what is this? And I would spend like a lot of times looking at these pictures here. I just love America, and I cannot wait to go back again. So let's start with the changes I've noticed. I'm going to start with the very little changes in the East that I noticed and that are pretty known now, that are circling around the web. Is like the Statue of Liberty used to be on Ellis Island, not on Liberty Island. There was never a Staten Bridge, and I remember that too. You had to take a ferry. I remember this. This is brand new, and it's weird. And that's about it. I just never studied this part. I can't say much. There's lots of people talking about the East. Now, this is one thing that Nobleness D did say. I'll leave a link in the description. Is that East Coast is smaller. It got smaller. It takes us time to travel to Florida. I never went there, but I always remember hearing stories about my friends being like, yeah, it takes a day and a half, like a full day and a half to get there. And I remember hearing about that. Now it takes 23 hours, I think, not even 22. So that's signs of some kind of pulling in one direction, one area getting bigger, one area getting smaller. I also see signs of that in these states here: Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Wyoming. They've all gotten larger, and it seems they've gotten pulled down south, or the borders have been pulled down south. That's what I'm noticing. Let's see what else. Here we go to next. In my last video in Canada, I said that Detroit used to be, the downtown Detroit used to be located right here, or even maybe a little bit lower. Now it's located north. It used to be situated more on Lake Erie. I got a comment in one of my videos that I had to take down, but one of the comments, somebody said that Detroit used to be on Lake Erie and now it's on Lake St. Clair, and I'm going to agree with him. I had to travel to Windsor to take a train from Detroit to Chicago. So let me know what you guys think on that one. I totally agree. Detroit has moved north. And speaking of Chicago, which state is it in? If you see this line right here, that's the state of Indiana, and this is Illinois. Now we all know Chicago is Illinois, but I think people in Gary and Hammond and East Chicago would have a problem with being in Indiana. But hey, I don't know the history of Chicago, or like the cities, like the borders, the territory lines. So please, someone let me know. This looks very suspicious. This looks like a city that's split between two states. It's not bordering Indiana, it's crossing over. And I remember taking a train here. We got it right around around here, and they're like, "Welcome to Chicago," and I'm like, we're not even there yet. And just remember this, like it's good old Amtrak. Here's some advice: don't ever take Amtrak. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm gonna go here to Denver real quick. Just make a quick stop. One thing I noticed is Denver Airport. I could have swore it was where this pin was. It was east south of Denver. Now it's northeast. Somebody, let me know. Because I used to watch this documentary on deep underground bases, and it was fun. It was entertaining to watch. And they said it was be under here, so I'd always search for Denver, and then I'd always have to go down here. I just remember that. I'd follow the road down here. Let me know what you think. This mountain range has changed a lot, and I'm going to do another video on that. It's a personal video because when we rented a car in Denver, we had to drive through here, and I had like 10 maps on the go, on the driver's seat, everywhere, all over the place. So the route that I now see that we took has changed, and I'm going to make a video on that. It's weird, but that tells me that this whole area has changed somehow. I can't, it's just too much to pinpoint one video, but it has changed. For me, anyway, for some of us. Now, Page is a place that we went to because we went on a boat cruise, a little raft cruise down Colorado River from Lake Powell. I'll make some quick notes here. This is a power plant. I used to scan this area all the time before we traveled. This train track here is brand new. I've never seen that before. It sticks out bad. I would have noticed that as we were traveling. So that's brand new. In Page, I'm going to make another video on this as golf courses. They're popping up everywhere. Take a look in your town or your city that you live in. You notice any new golf courses? When we were here, we drove down this road to cross this bridge to go to this campsite to park our RV. We had an RV, but we had to come to Page to pick up or to get picked up for our tour. We drove by this plenty of times, and not once did I see this big field of green. Believe me, look, it sticks out. I would have been driving, or she would have been driving and looking left, and I would have been like, wow. I would have noticed this big time. This is new. And this is a new video that I am going to make because I am noticing that there's just a large amount of golf courses being just suddenly popping up everywhere. That's a wealthy game to be playing. So that tells me a lot. That's a whole nother thing. And another thing, Page was spelled with an I where I'm from. Now it's spelled with just like a page out of a book. So I googled this, and a lot of people spell it with an I, and I don't know why, because if it's spelt like this with P-A-G-E, like a book, why would people throw an I in it? That's because they're with me, and I'm with them. I'm with all you guys, but this is freaky. The Grand Canyon is smaller. It's shrunk. I drew a white line here. You could see it. It's terrible. I know, I'm not good at drawing, but that's where I remember it used to being, and that's how big it used to be. And it used to be wider too. Like it used to be, you could see for a long distance, but something's happened to the Grand Canyon. Area 51 is in a different spot. Definitely. And this whole area is like flipped upside down. It just looks different. I used to watch documentaries on that and zoom in on that area all the time. Let's see, it used to be up north here. And Burning Man used to be on a patch of white like this in Nevada here. There used to be a big patch there, and Burning Man used to be there. Because you have to drive through the middle of the mountains to get there. And whoa, had the mute button on, sorry. I always wanted to go there, but We just never made it out that far. But now Burning Man is like north of Nevada. Like that's just it's something that stuck out immediately for me. So Area 51 and Burning Man. Oh, I'm running out of time here. There's so much to talk about. I want to share everything. Um, that's in another video. Oh yeah, so look at these golf courses. I'm just gonna point this out real quick. This area is from up here to here. It's about 43 kilometers. I don't know anything about this area. Let me know what you guys think, but look at all the golf courses. 43 kilometers of golf courses. Look at that. Those houses built all around. Is this the PGA Tour or something? I don't know. I don't follow golf. I don't know this part of California. Please, someone let me know. Is this new? I know some of you are like, it's always been there. You know, I'm expecting those kind of answers, but if anybody that sees that's different, that's what I'm talking about, golf courses. But like I said, that's a whole nother video. Let me know what you guys think about that. So much has changed with California. I mean, Fresno's gotten larger. I don't remember it being this large. I wanted to move here. And I would look. I was like, how big is this city? And I'd be like, oh, it's not that big. It'd be like probably this big, the area I'm zoomed in. Now it's much larger. Much larger. And that goes for almost every town that you see that's going up north. Stockton, especially, in Modesto, like they just got large. And another one that got large. I know you guys are like, oh, whatever, you're cherry picking. I get it. I agree. I would agree with you. I'd probably say the same thing. Sacramento, look how big it is. Boom. Let me know what you think. Man. And I got some comments, and I said this in my video last time too, is that this Washington state line was straight down. Now it's like this, jagged. I can't attest to that. I do not know. And it seems like the border of Mexico has changed. Like, I remember it being more straight out. Oh, and here, check this out. Is this new? Anybody know Baja, California? And this used to be called Baja, Mexico as well, but that doesn't exist anymore. But this hook, I thought it was just this long straight line, but now there's this hook. Someone let me know, please. Anyway, this video is getting long enough. There's lots to talk about America, and I'm going to be making another video on other things about California and what I see happening. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, or share. Remember to love one another, and no one is wrong. No one is wrong, that's for sure. We're just experiencing different things. I love you and peace.